We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. So let me say it again. Thank you, Terry, and thank you, Dr. Pepper, and thank you, Chancellor, or Dr. Paper, and thank you, Chancellor.
During his years in the public eye, Joe Biden has earned quite the reputation for saying the wrong thing at the wrong time. Welcome to our channel, and today we'll be presenting you with our picks of the 10 demo celebrity moments in our special presidential edition featuring Joe Biden. Stay until the end of our video to learn which one has been the most hilarious and dumb moment by Biden, and subscribe to our channel for more great videos like this one. Without further ado, let's begin. Biden, America, 10th place. Barack, America. We're kicking off our list with this ironically cringy quote by Joe Biden at his first campaign rally with Barack Obama after being announced as his running mate.
My friend, a man who will be the next president of the United States, Barack America.
A man I'm proud to call my friend. A man who will be the next president of the United States, Barack America. Okay, what? I thought his name was Barack Obama, not Barack America. No need to panic, 9th place. No need to panic. Next up, we have that particular bottom. Quote, when he was asked on NBC's Today Show what he would tell his relatives if they wanted to fly to Mexico the next week.
No, Mr. Vice President, if a member of your family came to you and said, look, I want to go on a commercial airliner to Mexico and back within the next week, would you think it's a good idea?
I would tell members of my family, and I have, I wouldn't go anywhere in confined places now. It's not that it's going to Mexico, it's you're in a confined aircraft. When one person sneezes, it goes all the way through the aircraft. That's me. I would not be at this point, if they had another way of transportation, suggesting they ride the subway. So from my perspective, what it relates to is mitigation. If you're out in the middle of a field and someone sneezes, that's one thing. If you're in a closed aircraft, a closed container, a closed car, a closed classroom, it's a different thing.
White House Press Secretary Robert Gibbs later commented, if people felt unduly alarmed for whatever reason, we would certainly apologize for that. He said the following, I would tell members of my family, and I have, I wouldn't go anywhere in confined places right now. It's not that it's going to Mexico, is that you are in a confined aircraft when one person sneezes, it goes everywhere through the aircraft. That's me. 8th place. A successful dump. When we think of the word dumb, rarely do we think about anything that's not. Well, a dump. In question, once Biden was explaining his whereabouts after dropping deadwood at the dump to the reporters outside his home. Is there anything to report?
Senator, anything to report? Successful dump. Dropped everything at the dump. It all worked out. And by the way, I got a second load, guys, coming. Anybody wants to help me?
He called it a successful dump. We just have to wonder what anybody who didn't know the context of this conversation thought of Joe Biden and his successful dump. 7th place. Embarrassing. Quote, once Biden was seizing a crowd of Turkish-American and Azerbaijani-American Obama donors back in 2012. He said the following, I guess what I'm trying to say without boring you too long at breakfast, and you all look dull as hell. I, my dad, the dullest audience I have ever spoken to, just sitting there staring at me. Pretend you like me. He also once said,
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking. Well, that's Joe Biden for you, folks. 6th place. Chuck Graham gets told to stand up.
Here. Chuck, stand up, Chuck. Let him see you. Oh, God love you. What am I talking about? I tell you what, you're making everybody else stand up, though, pal. Thank you very, very much. You can tell I'm new. Good to see you, buddy.
I'm Dual Chuck. Graham State Senator is here. Stand up, Chuck. Let him see you. Oh, God love you. What am I talking about? I'll tell you what. You're making everybody else stand up, though, pal. That was Joe Biden telling Missouri State Senator Chuck Graham to stand up at a campaign rally before realizing that Graham is confined to a wheelchair. Well, Chet Graham probably didn't find that particular quote the funniest of them all, being something more akin to black comedy, if anything, given the fact he's been in a wheelchair since age 16. "Oh, God love you. What am I talking about?" Biden said. "I tell you what, you're making everybody else stand up though, pal," he said. He added, "You can tell I'm new. Fourth place Biden," touching Stephanie Carter's shoulders. Incredibly enough, Biden's blunders aren't limited to just saying stuff at the wrong time, as there's also that priceless picture of Biden putting his hands on Stephanie Carter's shoulders just as her husband, Ashton Carter, was being sworn in as Secretary of Defense on February 17, 2015. As a matter of fact, several women have come forward to say he has made inappropriate physical contact with them, leaving them feel uncomfortable. In this case, Joe Biden was rubbing Stephanie's shoulders and appearing to whisper in her ear. Stephanie Carter wrote a blog post published on Medium on March 31st, defending Biden, saying it had merely been a moment between close friends, though the question still stands if he's also close friends with every other woman in the office and in politics. Third place calling Obama fresh. Next up, we have another Biden blunder in the middle of his campaign for the Democratic nomination for president in 2007. Since he was opposing Hillary Clinton, John Edwards, and Barack Obama, he decided to take swipes at them by attacking each of them differently. Most notoriously was his onslaught against Barack Obama, where he said the following.
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean and nice looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man.
I mean, you got the first mainstream African American who was articulate and bright and clean and a nice looking guy, he said. I mean, that's a storybook, man. The Economist took a jab at his own job, calling him a racist in the process, being himself. Biden attempted to clarify his original statement, saying that he should have used the word fresh instead of clean. In an interview with Jon Stewart on The Daily Show, what I meant was that he's got new ideas. He's a new guy on the block, he said. Well, Stewart looked on skeptically. "It's not working, right?" he joked. A laughter from the audience. Of all the things he could have called the future president, it had to be fresh, of course. Biden at his finest. Luckily, fast forward to a few years from that particularly scathing incident, and these two have united to take a stand against Copenhagen. One could even forget that they were at odds at one point, but politics are what they are. Second place, plagiarism scandal. Who doesn't remember the plagiarism scandal from 1988? Plagiarism is a big deal in any industry you're in, but in politics, that can be just enough to end a career quite early. Biden had also ran for president in 1988, but when it was revealed that he had outright copied language, turns, and phrases, and even parts of the biography used by the British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock, Biden dropped out of his career. Clips of the copied speeches were put together by challengers for the presidential election, tarnishing Biden's work for the rest of his career. He had called it a tempest in a teapot, but even then, he also had many plagiarism accusations from his days in law school, showing that once a cheater, never prosper. First place, I'm a gaffe machine. Of course, we couldn't end today's list without including the quintessential Biden quote. Of Biden quotes in 2015, Donald Trump, who of course would end up winning the elections a year after, spoke about the possibility of squaring off against Biden should he end up running for the Democratic Party. Trump said that he'd match up great because he's a job producer and had never been involved in plagiarism scandals, though we do know that Trump has been involved in other, let's say, unsavory dealings, but that's a story for another day. Trump followed up his statement, hoping that it was Biden quoting Trump. He also said the following word for word. "When I say something that you might think is a gaffe, it's on purpose. It's not a gaffe. When Biden says something dumb, is because he's dumb." Ouch. That's definitely a scathing statement.
Any gaffe that I have made, and I've made gaffes like every politician I know has, have been not about a substantive issue, but about other. I'm trying to.
Biden then claimed in December that he was a gaffe machine. According Biden, he said, "But my God, what a wonderful thing. Compared to a guy who can't tell the truth. Well, it is what it is. At least he's proud of what he is." So, what are your thoughts on these incredibly awkward, dumb, and frankly, out-of-context moments starring Joe Biden? Let us know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more great videos like this one. We hope you enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you next time for more.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.